Well, we've got breaking news on President Biden's budget. Kayla Tausche has the details. Hi, Kayla.
Hi, Morgan. We're getting an early look at some of the spending cuts that the White House plans to propose in its fiscal year 2024 budget that is out tomorrow. According to a document obtained by CNBC and first reported by the Wall Street Journal, the White House plans to propose cutting federal spending by $160 billion over 10 years by increasing the number of drugs that Medicare can negotiate the price on. Currently, the number of drugs that are negotiated or able to be negotiated are capped at 20. Some of the other spending cuts that the White House is eyeing: eliminating fossil fuel subsidies that they say would save about $31 billion by eliminating special tax treatment for oil and gas company investments. We should note that these budgets are simply a starting point for the negotiations, and President Biden has been proposing cutting those fossil fuel tax subsidies in each of his budgets since he took office, and they have not made it through. The White House is also proposing lowering Medicaid costs by over $20 billion by forcing insurance companies to reimburse the government for essentially excess payments they're getting under Medicaid. And finally, eliminating a very key tax treatment for real estate called the like-kind investment that essentially keeps real estate investments from being taxed so long as the capital gains from the first investment are rolled into a new investment. The White House says real estate is the only asset that gets this sweetheart deal. We're still awaiting some firm details on exactly how the White House plans to pay for other parts of the program, but certainly very interesting spending cuts that I know will move the needle for a lot of industries. Morgan, John?
Yeah, excuse me, spending cuts there, but I think the expectation that we're not going to see a cut where defense is concerned, that's actually going to increase when we get this blueprint in its entirety tomorrow. Nonetheless, it's amazing to me that there isn't more ability to negotiate where some of these Medicare and Medicaid contracts and drug prices are concerned by the government, because it's such a huge part of the budget, at least where health care is concerned, on the government spending side.
Certainly, and the Biden administration is trying to change that. There is a very powerful lobbying organization, lobbying ecosystem for the pharmaceutical industry, where they have been fighting a lot of these protections, arguing that, if you negotiate the price, if certain drugs are allowed to have generics earlier than a certain number of years, then it's harmful for research and development and intellectual property. Certainly, some of those arguments have landed, but the Biden administration wants to increase the number of drugs where they'll be able to negotiate the price for the government.
Kayla, did I just hear you say that the Biden administration is proposing a change to how real estate tax works, where if I've got an investment property and I sell it, I can then use those proceeds to buy another real estate property without having to pay the tax? They want to change that because there's so much money tied up in real estate investment properties, counting on that tax treatment remaining as it is.
And it's a huge windfall, and it is a huge catalyst and motivation for a lot of real estate investors. I mean, I hear a lot of them talk about how, that is sort of the gift that keeps on giving and allows them to keep buying these properties. Certainly there are other arguments on the other side where, they say, as the Biden administration says, this is the only asset class that gets this type of sweetheart deal where essentially your capital gains are completely exempt from taxes. But, we'll see if it makes it through. As I mentioned, this is the starting point. This is the opening salvo. All of this will be heavily negotiated. A lot will end up on the cutting room floor. And certainly Republicans will have their say as well.
Oh, there's going to be many, many dances over many, many months. And that would have been the case even if it wasn't already teeing up to be a contentious year in terms of the budget. Kayla Tausche, we know you're going to be very busy the next couple of days. Thank you for bringing us those headlines.